Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm your host, John Hyslop, joined as always by my friend, the great Matt Modi. What's up, Matt? How you doing today, buddy?
I'm good, man. 2 days until it's dong season. I can't wait.
Nice. Your face lights up when you talk about dongs,
Sure
and I
does.
like it. Let's not talk about dongs. Let's talk about what happened yesterday. You seem to have a pep in your step. Tell us why. What happened?
Well, I think I cracked the code on this first quarter market thing. Not a lot of people know that first quarter markets exist. It's kind of just unique to the show. So I'm just trying to help people out. It is kind of fitting that the one guy who I've hit basically every other game, Kristaps Porzingis, was the one red. That one wasn't my fault. Jaylen Brown was supposed to be out in that game. He wasn't out. He was actually in. So Kristaps Porzingis didn't shoot as much. He was trying to get Brown acclimated back in the lineup. Not my fault. Would gladly play it again, though. Obviously, I take full responsibility, but definitely wasn't my fault.
Nice. Yeah, the Luka one, I love him because he will go like the first 4 or 5 minutes and not score and then still go way over. Like that's just first quarter betting right there. And Vooch, I had him, I think, on Profit X for something, and he sucked, but
not in the first quarter.
He did get 5 first quarter points. I wasn't as lucky. I did take home a little bit of a profit, stuffed a little cash in my pocket. Alvarado had 6 assists on the nose, plus 154, no big deal. And then Justin Edwards, though.
That's tough.
What were you doing, buddy? Like, what were you doing?
Scored 9
points, plus 186. He had 13 at the half. He never scored in the fourth quarter. He ended up with 19 points.
9 points in the first quarter.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
tough.
He was a first quarter guy. We talked about it at the end of yesterday's show. So if you stuck around for that, you probably cashed that. But man, that's always tough when they get right on 19. I'm not even saying getting one away is like the bad part there. It was the fact that he was never not going to get that. He could have had 20 in the third quarter. He took a few shots to get to 20 and just missed them all and just didn't get home. So that was tough. Should have happened. Didn't happen. Whatever. That's called gambling. That's why we keep gambling, because we got to make up for that. How about you go first?
Oh, that's nice of you. I appreciate that. All right, I'm going to do something that I don't like to do a lot on this show, but I have to. Walker Kessler over 2.5 first quarter points, minus 115 odds at Bet365. I get it. I don't love the minus number, but this should be priced at minus 1,115 according to my calculations, which obviously I run my own odds and simulations. So Walker Kessler playing tonight. No Lauri Markkanen, no John Collins. Those guys are both out. He has played 10 games with both of those guys not in the lineup. He has scored 3 or more first quarter points in 9 of those 10 games. The only game he did not score 3 points was a weird game against the Wizards where he was ruled out basically the entire day. Randomly was ruled in because the Jazz probably didn't want to get fined again because he was ruled out with rest, and then they unruled him out. It was crazy. He only played 3 minutes in that first quarter. He only played 15 minutes in that entire game. He's played 2 games since that game, played 9 minutes and 10 minutes in the first quarter of those games. So I'm not worried about minutes at all for Walker Kessler. You take that game out, it's over in 9 of 9. Now you look at the matchup against the Grizzlies. It's not an amazing matchup on paper by any means. He has hit this over in 2 of 3 games against the Grizzlies, but none of those 3 games featured a game in which both Lauri Markkanen and John Collins missed. So all 3 of those games, at least one of those guys played. Actually, they both played in 2 of them, and he went over in both of those games. So minus 115 is an absolute gift for this play. So again, I don't love giving out a minus money play on this show. So it just has to that should show you how confident I am in the play.
Nice. It happens. I'll help you out a little bit. Jimmy Butler, triple double plus 300 at Fanatics. The haters are going to say that this is a donation, but whatever. Since when do we listen to haters? They never have anything nice to say. But here's the thing. They might be right this time. We're taking a big-ass swing here. One that only absolute legends would even attempt. We could get into the Gambling Hall of Fame on Bravia alone because of this thing. What's crazy is the books don't even want any of this smoke. Fanatics won't even let me get a quarter unit on this thing. They said I can only bet $10. Meanwhile, Des Bryant is out here betting $25K on random stuff at that book. I don't get it. Still, I took the $10 anyways, and Des, you're good with me. I'm not hating. You still caught it, man. Honestly, if they let you bet $25K on this, you should, because if anyone is petty enough to drop a triple-double tonight, it's Jimmy. He's back in Miami talking shit about Heat culture, but more importantly, over his last 7 games, he's dropped 2 triple-doubles. And he was only 2 rebounds away from a third. So there's that too. At the end of the day, this should not be plus 1,800. And by the end of today, it won't even be close to this number. This could easily be the greatest bet of all time. Feels easy.
Yeah, that one's good. I like that one a lot. I kind of galaxy brained myself trying to figure out how I wanted to play that game. Anyways, my next play is a guy that I've never said a bad thing about in my entire life as a Sixers fan. It's Tobias Harris over 5.5 first quarter points. I've only ever said nice things about Tobias. Happy to see him thrive in Detroit. Now, this is at plus 100 at ESPN Bet. Normally, I like Tobias at a 4.5 line because that 5 can be a key number for him. But I'm still comfortable hitting it for 5.5 at even money, especially when you consider the injury news for the Pistons. As of right now, both Cade Cunningham and Tim Hardaway Jr. are listed as questionable. Now, Cade missed last game. He was a late scratch. I kind of think Cade's going to play. But Tim Hardaway, I'd be surprised if he misses. So if both end up missing, even better for Tobias Harris. But as long as one of those guys is out, that's pretty good. Even as we bump this up to 5.5, Tobias has been great. He's hit this number in 16 of his last 24 games. He's hit it in 6 of his last 7. Prior to that, there was a stretch where he missed in 5 straight. He scored exactly 5 points in 4 of those games. So he was right there. He came close. Good matchup against the Spurs, who have just fallen off an absolute cliff recently. Their defense, if they're not the worst over the last 10 games in terms of defensive net rating, they're close to it. And these 2 teams just played not that long ago. He scored 10 points in the first quarter. And Tim Hardaway Jr. and Cade Cunningham both played in that game. So I love this one for Tobias Harris. Over 5.5 first quarter points, plus 100 ESPN Bet.
I like it. I'm going to go Santi Aldama, 15 plus points, plus 114 at FanDuel. This could easily go down as the greatest bet ever made by anyone. When I first saw this line, I honestly thought it was for the first half. But don't worry, I checked. It's for the full game. Here's what I like about Aldama. He's not a guy that's just going to go hog all the points. He will if he has to, but that's just not his style. Whether he's playing off the bench or starting, he's going to get us about 15, maybe more if the situation's right. Lucky for us, the situation is right tonight. The Grizzlies are in Utah taking on the Jazz, and they don't have John Morant to lean on for scoring. They have to find the other guys, and Santi Aldama is the definition of other guys. On top of that, this is probably the fastest paced game we could possibly get. Both teams run up and down the floor like the building's on fire, and the Jazz really don't play any defense. We're talking the second worst defense in terms of efficiency in the entire NBA. It would be shocking to see Aldama not score at least 15 points in this game. In fact, if we were real men and women, we'd go 20 plus 360. Feels right.
All I need to do is get 15. All right, my last one. Evan Mobley over 5.5 first quarter points, another even money plus 100 at Bet365. We got no Donovan Mitchell tonight. The best pivot, in my opinion, is the Evan Mobley first, at least for the first quarter. You know, if you look at the full game, it's basically pick your poison between which guys you want to back between Mobley, Garland, and Jared Allen. For the first quarter specifically, Evan Mobley's the guy. He plays the most minutes in the first quarter compared to the other 2. He plays about between 9 and 10. This is a great matchup for him. Donovan Mitchell's missed 6 games this year. Evan Mobley has gone over this number in 5 of those 6 games. He's averaging over 7 points per game in the first quarter. Now, the one game he missed, the haters are going to be all over this. The one game he did miss was against this Blazers team in this exact matchup. He scored 0 points in the first quarter in that game, but he ended up having a pretty good game overall. He scored 20 points in quarters 2 through 4. He just started slow. That's not his fault. I'm not scared off of that. And the other 5 games that he played, he actually scored 8 or more points in the first quarter in all 5. So people are saying I could have gone 7 plus, I could have gone 8 plus for much better odds, but I just went safe with the play we got for even money. And it's a good matchup from a play type perspective. Blazers give up the 7th most points per game in transition and via free throws, which are 2 of the top 3 play types for Evan Mobley. So Mobley over 5.5 first quarter points plus 100 at Bet365.
You had me at Evan Mobley. All right, that's going to do it for today. Big things are coming. Big things. Baseball season starts Thursday, so we are definitely thinking about what we're doing for that day. Again, we're already up 34 units total for this show since we started, so, I mean, we're banging. I'm going to be back at 3 p.m. today with Matty Chucks. We're going to go through the slate at Profit X, see if we can shake them out and find some bangers there. And then at 4, I'm going to use the tools at Odd Shopper to find even more bangers. So definitely get subscribed to the channel, get the notifications on. You don't want to miss any of this. Go over to @JediModi right here on YouTube as well and follow Matt's page because he has way more stuff than just this show. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.